ask you to all rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. As I understand it, fill application number 1, Monagora, we're waiting, sir, something?
Still waiting on the final plan from their designer. It's taking forever, I'm sorry.
Should we carry that over to the next meeting, or, I guess?
It's a public hearing, so we just keep on.
All right. Number 2, actually, number 1 on the subdivision review, Robert Schoenthal, 22 Bayfield Lane. Mr. Hafley, what do you have for us?
I don't have any additional information for you. When I received your notice, I sent a letter to him. I haven't heard back. I will have to call him next week to find out what's happening.
In anticipation of you hopefully getting a response, we'll carry it on the next week, the calendar for the next meeting, and we'll see where you're at with that. And number 1 on the site plan review, Beaver Lake Development Corp., 36 Sunset Avenue. Mr. Hafley, do you have something to share with us?
There really isn't much for me to say. Catherine O'Keefe bought the property years ago. She put in a bookstore. In order for her to have a bookstore convert from a residence to a bookstore, which is a business, she had to put in parking. In order for her to put in the parking, she had to sign, she did in fact sign the agreement that I have attached and all of you have read, which provides for a common parking area under section 22 of the zoning code, because it's less than 10 feet from the property line. And we want to come in on that and put our parking right along the property line. So there'll be a single access into both pieces of property. But the covenant was executed by you, and it's up to you to, I believe, do the enforcement to make sure we can do that. And I haven't revised the plan to show that parking until such time as I get the determination from this board.
I think we need to see something
Huh?
in order to make a determination.
This is,
What do you, I'm just curious what you're asking us right now, just right this moment. Like, what is it that you're looking for us to do,
I'm gonna put the parking up against the property line,
right?
and there's gonna have to be work done in order for my cars to go onto her property coming in and out. And I wanna make sure that if I revise my plan to provide for my parking to be on the parking lot, it's gonna be acceptable to this board.
Well,
That's simple.
I think
gotta
the cart's
show
in
us the
front of the
plan.
horse.
Excuse me?
I think the cart's in front of the horse.
Yeah.
You gotta show me something on paper first for us to, and for anybody to make a
No,
decision.
wait a second. You have an agreement back in 2000.
No, it has nothing to do with agreement.
Yes,
It has to
is.
do with you present to us the drawing that clearly states.
I have no problems doing that,
Then
but I don't
okay.
want to just go and spend the money for the drawings if I'm being told I can't come in and do that.
Well, we're not gonna tell you yes or no until we can make a decision on what you put on paper.
You at least have to give us some sort of conceptual.
I
like-
I
showed
mean, I'm
you-
not, I'm not arguing with you.
I
I'm just
showed
telling
you
you
on,
to show
I
us
showed
something.
you on paper what I was doing. I was bringing the parking right up to the property line.
No, you show us something on paper and then we can make a decision. It's very simple.
I did show it to you. I sent you a copy of it.
That I didn't see.
What do you, I didn't see anything either. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't see anything.
I sent you, when I sent you in, didn't I send you a copy of the,
Listen, it doesn't have to be a $10,000 drawing. It could just be a simple, something simple. Mark it up.
You gave us a survey of the other property.
excuse me?
You gave us a survey of the other property, but it doesn't show your it just as now we're formally Beaver Lake Development Corp.
I
It
didn't,
doesn't show how it's connecting or
excuse me?
anything. I'll show you.
You gave us a survey for Barry Miller.
I thought I sent you 2 surveys.
No.
That's why we're confused. The only thing you sent us was this.
Okay, and I have, these are the surveys that I have.
So you didn't give it to us though. So that's why we're confused.
Okay. You want to put it over and I'll send you this? All
Yeah.
I'm doing is doing a drawing on it.
Listen,
We're not spending money on it.
Dick,
All we
we're
want to
asking
see
for-
is
yeah.
give us an idea, and it could just be a marked up survey and say, this is what we'd like to do.
I thought
Yeah.
I did send it to you.
No,
No.
No,
that's why we were confused. We weren't sure what exactly you were asking.
Sounds like, I think it's worth speaking amongst ourselves, that last time we were here, our sticking point was cross-access. It sounds like the applicant is amenable to some form of cross-access,
right,
right?
right.
What we're hearing?
Yeah. I'm working off of the agreement that this board had Catherine O'Keefe execute in the 1970s, which provided for a cross-access
Get
because
get
the
it.
parking is within 10 feet of the property line.
It sounds like you have some kind of drawing that you just didn't give us, but if you give it to us and then we hold it over until the next meeting, we can talk more about it.
Well, I thought I
Intelligent.
had sent that, I thought I had sent you the drawing that showed, all I did was put together her survey and my survey to show where the parking would be, which is
Yeah,
right
that,
against the property
I mean,
line.
I think if you give us an idea what you're looking to do, you don't have to have, I mean, literally sketch it out, take a survey, mark it up.
Well,
Yes,
okay,
something, but
then I will just
And
send that to
then-
you next month.
Then we can make a decision and go from there, say we like it, we don't like it, or yes, no.
And does the drawing you have show where the cross-access is gonna be?
What's the cross-access?
You said this,
We're putting our parking up against the property line.
Yeah.
an access between the two properties.
yeah, but where is the access between the two properties? That's the question, is that,
Where is
s-
the access?
you said this cross-access agreement from the other,
I can send you the agreement.
yeah,
Okay.
but usually
And
it
I'm
has
gonna
a,
put my parking right up against my property line.
hold on. Usually there's when you have a cross-access agreement, there's a specific area where the other property has agreed to have cross-access if you provide the same cross-access on your side. Can you show that on a map where that's gonna be?
That's fine. I thought I sent you the map, a copy of the survey with the attachment, which shows where all parking was going to be up against the property line of our property.
But there's gonna be, you're saying there's gonna be cross-access between them, right? It's not just that you're putting parking spaces up against their property line, it's that you're also providing cross-access between the two.
I'm not following you at all on that.
Anybody
It seems-
explain that
it
better?
seems
We're entitled to bring our property, our parking up against the property line of our property and use a combined, the property would be combined. The parking lot would be a combined parking lot between her property and my
Okay.
property, based upon the agreement which she executed
Okay.
as a result.
Well, understand that, but here's what I'm saying is, let's say here's the common property line, right? If you put parking spaces the entire way up, there's no way to go in between the two. So what we're asking you is to show us where on the property line is there going to be an ability to go from your side to their side and vice versa, if that's what you're
All right.
proposing. We just want to see that. Like, that's how circulation works, and
So
that's.
as I'm reading this, it's really more of a reciprocal parking agreement, where there was an agreement where the parking on this parcel and whatever parking was gonna be developed on your parcel, there would be a common access point through there.
No, the common
Driveway.
access is hers.
Right, but right now, there's a Belgian block curve that runs the length of that whole thing, so how do they connect, I guess is the question. How do the two parking lots connect?
You're gonna have to tell her she has to remove the curbing. that
Yeah, but
put in.
you have to show us where you want that to be, is what we're saying.
It would be the whole thing. What do you mean where it would be?
Because,
You create a drawing and show us.
Excuse me?
Show us where the
That-
parking is going
Create
to
a
be on your
drawing, we'll be
property.
able to make a decision.
We're putting our parking all the way up, which is right next to her parking, which makes it a combined one parking lot. That's what it is.
So you're gonna run parking spots along the entire northern portion of your property line, the full length, from Sunset all the way to back,
The northern portion, no, it's east-west.
east-west, whatever the hell it is.
Okay.
But you're gonna put parking spaces along the entire joint property line,
Yeah.
from Sunset all the way back.
but then there's
And
no
then-
coordinated access between the two. You
Well,
have
no,
to-
that's what I'm getting to. The point is the access point is going to be the driveway for that other parcel. That's it.
That's it.
Right.
That's not cross
That's
access.
what it
That's
says.
not cross-access.
That's what
Well,
the
I'm just
agreement
saying,
says.
what am I, and then there'll be, but if I understand it correct, I'm just trying to, if I understand it correctly, but that whatever impediments between getting from one property to the other, like the curb, that would have to be removed, so there would be a giant parking lot
That's it.
where the only access point would be from Sunset on their driveway.
On that other piece of property. That's what it is.
So we're-
That's what that's what the code says.
So there's no-
That's what the agreement says that she executed.
There's no, but there's, I guess what we're getting to is, there's no cross-access per se outside of that parking area. You're gonna have a combined parking area with one driveway to enter and enter from Sunset. That's it.
Not gonna go through.
There's no place to go anywhere else. The
No,
only
no,
place.
no, there's not going on to the rest of the property.
That's what I'm just saying. So the only point is there'll be one ingress egress, really for both properties at that point.
We're bringing
right.
our parking up to the property. line.
I know what
Why
you're doing.
don't-
Buses coming up.
Why don't you provide us with the drawing? It's gonna be a lot easier to have the conversation if we have your survey showing us what you wanna do. Cause I think we're talking in circles, but just get us your drawing and then we'll be able to talk about it, okay?
Well, I will, but all we're doing is bringing our parking up to our line. And her parking is there. That's it.
Take a
That's what I'm
Sharpie,
talking about.
take a Sharpie and a survey and show us how the parking is gonna lay out and how you're gonna get there. I
How
think
am I gonna get there?
from the,
Just mark it
show
up.
it. Just
You
show
don't have to
it
spend
on
any
the
money,
drawing,
just
so we're all talking in the same
Take a
language.
marker, take a survey.
All right, I will come back with.
Man, it's
you.
that-
Thank
that
you,
easy.
Mr. Haefel. We would appreciate that.
Excuse me? I didn't hear what you
I
said.
said, thank you. We would appreciate it if you would educate us some more. Please get it in by Monday so we can get you, or thereabouts. Actually, it doesn't matter.
Whenever it comes in, we'll put it
Yeah.
on the next available meeting. I do.
Nice talking to you, Dick.
Bye-bye.
Did we even have minutes from January 8th?
Yes,
We did?
sent an office.
Couple of minutes.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes of the January 8th meeting, such as they were.
Second.
All in favor?
Bye.
Anything that we need to know about next time?
The planning board application is still a work in progress, and as Brad can corroborate, there's a volume of applications that have come in the last week or so. And the deadline's Monday, so we will have a more robust agenda for the month of
You mean
February.
2 pages?
We might have to go to 2 pages.
Wow.
We might do that for 2 pages, so
Uh-oh.
don't be not
shocked
attending
when I
on February 12th or February.
Is it a trickle or a torrent of applications?
We're gonna have, well, we should have a handful to fill that Ron and I hopefully will tackle
Fill.
the majority of before it gets before you. And then, there's 3 or 4 new applications. Will probably, half of those will be the first meeting in February, and half of those will be the second. But, when we, set the agenda, we'll
Send them out.
Anything of interest?
We haven't really even, a lot of them just came in. so
Okay.
We'll update you.
All right, in the absence of any further business, I'll make a motion to close.
I second.
All in favor? All right.
Okay.
So, the bigger question I'm getting is nonstop is